Every year, passengers step on board excited and are escorted off the ship before dinner. No refund, no appeal, no second chances. And the scary part, most of them didn't break a law. They broke a rule they didn't even know existed. If you skip this checklist, you could lose your entire vacation in minutes. But if you follow it in order, you'll cruise cleaner, safer, calmer, and smarter than most people on board. This is Shipverse. Let's start. Passwadi, before you even reach the port, purpose avoid instant denial before boarding. Step 20. Make sure your documents match exactly. Action, check that your name, passport, visa, and cruise booking all match letter for letter. Why it matters. Cruise lines must follow immigration rules, not airline rules. Even a missing middle name can flag you. What goes wrong if skipped? You can be denied boarding on the spot, even if the ship is still docked. Pro tip: cruises sailing from the U.S. but visiting foreign ports still require full international compliance. Don't assume. Closed loop protects you. Step 20. Don't show up sick and try to hide it. Action, be honest during health screening, especially for fever, vomiting, or contagious symptoms. Why it matters. The ship's medical team has final authority. What goes wrong if skipped? Lying on a health form is grounds for immediate removal. Pro tip: even a visible cough combined with a fever reading can trigger denial. Cruise lines don't debate, they document and remove. Step 30. Never bring banned items, just in case. Action, double check prohibited items like irons, extension cords, CBD products, weapons, drones, and alcohol. Why it matters. Security screening is stricter than airports for some items. What goes wrong if skip? Confiscation can escalate into removal if the item violates maritime law. Pro tips: CBD legality varies by port, not by ship. One bad port can end your cruise before it begins. PS2 Embarkation Day onboard. Purpose: avoid early mistakes that lock you out. Step 40. Don't argue with security or staff. Action, stay calm, cooperative, and respectful during every interaction. Why it matters. Crew document behavior immediately. What goes wrong if skipped? Aggressive tone alone can trigger a behavioral review and removal. Pro tip: ships operate under maritime law. Customer is always right, does not apply at sea. Step 5. Never try to sneak alcohol on board. Action, declare allowed bottles properly or follow ship rules exactly. Why it matters. Alcohol violations are taken seriously because they cause downstream problems. What goes wrong if skipped? You can be removed before sail away without refund. Pro tip: some ships track alcohol infractions by cabin number, not just passenger name. Step 6. Do not smoke or vape in restricted areas. Action, smoke only in designated zones, never in cabins or balconies. Why it matters. Fire risk is the #1 safety threat at sea. What goes wrong if skipped? Immediate disembarkation at the next port. Pro tip: balcony smoking is one of the fastest ways to get banned fleet-wide. Peaches 31st 24 hours at sea. Purpose: avoid behavior flags that escalate fast. Step 7. Don't get drunk and loud on day 1. Action, pace yourself, especially during sail-away parties. Why it matters. Early incidents are monitored more closely. What goes wrong if skipped? Public intoxication can trigger removal without a second warning. Pro tip: most removals for alcohol happen in the first night, not later in the cruise. Step 80. Respect crew instructions immediately. Action, follow directions during drills, lines, and restricted access areas. Why it matters. Safety compliance is non-negotiable. What goes wrong if skip? Refusal to comply is grounds for removal under maritime safety law. Pro tip: even joking resistance during muster drills is recorded. PSA 40. Port days and shore excursions. Purpose: avoid getting left behind or kicked off abroad. Step 9. Never return late to the ship. Action, always plan to be back at least 60 minutes early. Why it matters. The ship will leave without you. What goes wrong if skip? You're responsible for flights, hotels, and visas on your own. Pro tip: ship time may differ from local time. Always follow ship time. Step 10. Don't break local laws. Action, follow local rules strictly, even if they seem minor. Why it matters. The ship cooperates with local authorities. What goes wrong if skip? You can be denied reboarding permanently. Pro tip: drug laws abroad are often far stricter than at home. Even prescription meds can be an issue. PSA 5. Onboard conduct and social rules. Purpose: avoid quiet documentation that leads to removal. Step 11. No fighting threats or harassment. Action, walk away from conflicts immediately. Why it matters. Zero tolerance policies apply. What goes wrong if skipped? Instant removal at the next port. Pro tip: verbal threats count the same as physical ones. Step 120. Respect age, restricted areas, action follow rules for kids, teens, and adult-only zones. Why it matters liability issues are taken seriously. What goes wrong if skip? Families have been removed mid-cruise for repeated violations. Pro tip 1 warning is often all you get. PSC 60 digital, financial, and identity mistakes. Purpose: avoid silent violations that escalate. Step 13 never misuse your cruise card. Action: use only your own SeaPass or cruise card. Why it matters: it's tied to identity, payment, and security. What goes wrong if skip? Fraud violations can lead to removal and lifetime bans. Pro tip: even letting a child use your card for alcohol counts as fraud. Traps most people don't see coming. Trying to explain your side instead of complying, assuming warnings. Reset each day, thinking refunds apply after removal, believing cruise rules are flexible like resorts. They're not. Cruise ships are floating cities with absolute authority. Once a decision is made, it's final.